Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Attack on Titan. Last time on Attack on Titan, we had close combat, where we had the fight between buffered Sea Titan and Little Boy, and it was actually pretty, normal, actually. Strangely enough, last episode was a bit of a return to format on Attack on Titan, but that was still pretty good. It was still really good and really enjoyable. Eren remembered some of his training, as well as basically remembering some of the combat training he had with Annie and some of her techniques, and started to use that against Reina, which was pretty interesting and was honestly kind of winning. He was actually doing really well against Reina, but then Reina called out to Bertolt, and Bertolt basically unhooked what was left of his body and fell down onto the fight. So yeah, that was that. But still, really good episode, and I'm curious to see where we're going with this episode. Are we going to get a fight, or are we going to get a return to the craziness of Season 2? We will definitely have to see. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of Attack on Titan, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment. Now, let me do a quick little thing. For some reason, on Dailymotion, some of my Attack on Titan videos get age restricted. I don't know why. It seems very arbitrary when this happens, but if that is the case, there are two things that you can do. One is head down. There should also be instructions in the pinned comment of how to change the age restriction. I don't quite know it off the top of my head, but it should be down in the pinned comment. That will give you the instructions on how to turn off. I think it's just the age restriction, basically. So you can go do that. But if that doesn't work and you still can't access the video, then in the description of this video is another link to the same reaction video just on Google Drive. So always remember that there are two different ways you can access the video, because I want to make sure everyone can see this stuff. So you can do that. It's just like a normal reaction. And when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this YouTube video for the discussion. So with that being said, let's get right into this episode of Attack on Titan. Here we go. Okay, another good normal episode. I hope you guys don't think that, me saying these are more normal episodes, I'm saying, oh, they're not as good or anything. No, these are really great, but oh my god, they're just a breath of fresh air, you know? So, I assume then that the forest that they went to is where they originally took on Annie. Maybe it is. I guess there could be more forests there, but still. But man, oh man, they're taking a little while to regenerate, too. Eren's missing both of his arms. Ymir's leg is regenerating, but very, very slowly. I guess they haven't really... Eren has never really lost too many... Well, okay, that's not the right thing to say. I was about to say he really hasn't lost too many appendages, but he has lost appendages before. Specifically, his left arm and his left leg. But you could say that while he was buffered, that first time he was buffered, it was in there that the rest of his body regenerated. Whereas here, he was ripped out in Titan form. So we're seeing the normal process of regenerating. Same for Ymir. Ymir's leg and I guess her insides are taking a little while to regenerate as well. So, but she's awake, which is good. I don't think the two of them can take on both Fat Man and Little Boy, but that'd be interesting. But at least they have an army coming to help. There's only one Arryn forest, isn't there? Oh well. But yeah, I think it's the same forest as where they first fought Annie, where we first had Buffered Sea Titan versus Lean Jean. Specifically in the Forest of Giant Trees. I had to say that again. Anyway. So, notes. But yeah, Eren and Ymir have both been captured. Okay. Well, first off, I'm going to be very interested to have Ymir in this because... Eren has sort of been our lone wolf titan, honestly. he's kind of been our only Titan ally against, Lean Jean and Fat Man and Little Boy and everything, so that's the thing. Whereas now, it'll be interesting to have both Eren and Ymir, because I would imagine she's not on their side, so... one of you guys actually did point out that when in the episode where Joe was fighting, when she climbs onto the tower and says, "Hop on and I'll get you off of here," you can actually see Bertolt actually ready to bite his thumb in case she attacks. So that's an interesting detail. I like that. So yeah. Again, though, I'm not sure if Bufford and Joe can take on Fat Man and Little Boy alone, but still, that'd be kind of interesting. And I guess just to get an interaction between Eren and Ymir, because I don't think the two of them have ever shared screen time together, Like, that was the thing, at least with everyone else. Like, Annie, in episode 4, we had that scene of, Annie kicking Eren's ass, which apparently was just a running theme throughout their training, as we saw last episode. And we did get the stuff between, Eren and Reiner and Bertolt, where, they were training him with the ODM gear and stuff. So, like, there was some sort of a connection there, but I honestly don't think that Eren and Ymir have, like, shared dialogue together, so that'll be kind of interesting. Anyway, but yeah, they were captured. Now, that's an interesting twist on this, that they are captured, because, yeah, they did try that originally. Annie tried to capture Eren, but she was stopped by Captain Levi and Mikasa. So yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, of course, here, no Captain Levi, Mikasa gets knocked out by that explosion. So, now that explosion, that seemed to be more than just crashing, I think that was also Bertolt releasing as much as he could, basically. Because he was already releasing all the steam and stuff. I think that was him releasing as much of that as he could to make the explosion bigger, to knock out a bunch of the scouts there. And it worked. It definitely worked. You guys also did tell me that, so when Bertolt first, takes Ymir, he also takes just some, unknown scout. And the only reason for that is so that Bertolt has ODM gear. But that means he's the only one that has ODM gear, because I don't think Reiner has any. So, yeah. So that was so that he could get ODM gear and get onto Reiner and then get out of there. So, yeah. But again, just an interesting idea of, Eren now being captured by the enemy, which they started to do last season, but they didn't go through with it, which is fine. But now, especially because this is such a, honestly, a bigger threat. Lean Jean, formidable as hell. But at the same time, Reiner has the advantage that, he has the armor. He's the armored titan. And Bertolt has the advantage that he's huge. Fat Man, he's the colossal titan. So, and then you put the two of them together, they definitely outweigh the threat that Annie was. And Annie still kicked Eren's ass, Even in their first fight in Titan form, she kicked his ass. So, even in the second fight, even though he won that fight, she definitely kicked his ass. So, that is just a constant theme. If there is one constant theme throughout Attack on Titan, it's that Annie will kick Eren's ass. So many times. Ugh. And I love it. Each time. I could watch that girl kick ass all day. Speaking of watching a girl kick ass all day, it was nice seeing, I always say when we cut back to the younger versions of the characters, I always call them like Baby Eren and Armin and Baby Mikasa. But yeah, it's still, I could watch Mikasa kick people's ass all day. Ugh, it's just so amazing. She's so good too, Like, and that's without, like, any training or anything. Like, she's just that, like, good. Like, she's dodging left and right and hitting people, like, in their guts. Like, she was still really good without any sort of, like, technique like Annie had, So that was pretty interesting. I like that. And I do love, it's like, Eren's in trouble. Where? It was those bullies. I'm on it. then she just takes off running, because that's what she does. Honestly, you would think that the bullies would figure it out. After, like, the second time they get their butts kicked by Mikasa, you would think they would stop messing with Eren, because you know, the second you start picking on Eren, that girl is coming for you with blood in her eyes, you know? Like, she just, you know that you're going to get your ass kicked by Mikasa, so why would you do it? I don't know. It's just stupid, honestly. It's like, why would you bully Eren? You know, even if you know you can take him, you can't take her. That's the thing. Ugh. Anyway, but that was a good flashback. I like that. It was cool seeing Hannes there as well. And I like, him saying, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I'd give everything to be called a bum, basically, a freeloader. I'd give everything to have those times back, So that was really, really cool. I like that. And I like, just saying, it's like, yeah, Eren will resist to his last breath, basically. Like, even if they have captured Eren, he's going to give them hell, So, now, granted, he doesn't have his arms, which is interesting. He doesn't have his arms, so his main method of transforming into Bufford is gone. But I imagine he needs to recoup as much as they do, So yeah, which is also interesting that, it's like, okay, they need to recoup. Yes, because they have had, a hard-fought fight. But still, Annie didn't have to recoup that much, Like, because she fought... Because that was the thing, was, I think, if I remember the episodes correctly, Annie fought the Levi squad, and was it that, or was, she was running, then she got, skewered by, the 88,000 harpoons of Ervin Smith, and, she called all the Titans, her body was destroyed, she got out, started, ODMing over there, then transformed again, which we said is like, oh, she's not, like, tired after she uses her Titan form like Eren is. So that makes me wonder if it was just because with Reina and Bertolt, if it was because they were in a fight and, Bertolt was, exuding so much energy that's why they need to recuperate? Or is it literally just that Annie is better than literally all of them? I'm willing to take that answer as well. That Annie is just better than all of them. So, I don't know. I can go either way, honestly. So, I will take that, oh, well, they were in a bigger fight, so they have to, rest more. Or Annie is just that damn good, I mean, let's face it, Annie has kicked Reina's ass before. So, yeah, okay, so there's the new question. Last episode we said who would win in a fight, Annie or Mikasa. Well, here's the next question. Who would win in a fight, Lean Jean or Little Boy? Because we've already seen that Eren was going to win that fight if it wasn't for Bertolt, interfering. Which I think that's the thing when they're like, oh, even if he can't do it, he'll still proceed. It's like they weren't really giving him credit. Put respect on the boy's name. Eren was actually winning, and that's with barely remembering skills that someone else had, techniques that someone else had. So, that's the new question is, who would win in a fight? Annie as Lean Jean or Reina as the Armored Titan? I want to know. What you guys think. I might put my money on Annie, honestly, because she has the technique, and we haven't seen anything like that from Reina. And the fact that he almost got his ass kicked by Eren anyway. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. But yeah, we had the whole thing of he's always running off somewhere, which was interesting. But even if he's gone, he's going to give them hell. Again, he can't transform. He's going to need to wait for his arms to regenerate and stuff. But he will give them hell once he can. And hopefully Ymir joins him. Like, I mean, it could be an interesting tactic. See, the thing I'm thinking of is the fact that Joe is so small, you know? Joe is so small compared to Fat Man and Little Boy that I'm not sure how well she would do. You know, she kind of got her ass kicked by, you know, just a horde of Titans. That said, they did go over, you know, they did say the fact that Bertolt is actually slow in his Titan form. You know, because of all that mass, he's actually slow, and they were able to avoid him pretty easily. So, because she's smaller, she might honestly be way quicker. She could honestly do some damage. So hopefully we get to see Bufford and Joe versus Fat Man and Little Boy, and hopefully I get to put that in the thumbnail. Bufford and Joe versus Fat Man and Little Boy. Let's hope that one of these episodes is going to be that. So yeah. Let's see. And then we had the MPs, the rest of the scouts and the MPs come in, which was pretty awesome. I do like this joint operation now, because yeah, after the fight with Annie, everything's different, and so now the military police are getting more involved. Of course, the military police still suck. That's the thing, you know, like the military police still suck. It's like, oh hey, where are the Titans? And Levi's just like, you really want to find the Titans? Really? I'll take you to the Titans if you really want. And they're like, oh, well, and it's like, shut up. You people are so stupid. But yeah. And yeah, I didn't even think it was like, oh yeah, Jean, you know, because Jean hasn't been there. I wonder why Jean was sort of on the back burner for a while. Because he's not a part of the MPs. He is a scout, so I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetting something of why Jean was on the backbench. But yeah, it's like, oh, there were 3 more Titans. Yeah, Ymir, Rhina, and Bertolt are Titans. Man, that is crazy. It's crazy that 5 Titans ended up being in the same like class by accident. You know, like okay, it wasn't an accident for Annie, Rhina, and Bertolt. Like they all come from the same village. Presumably, they all work together and stuff. You know, but then on top of that, Ymir is in there, and she's a Titan, and Aaron's there, and they didn't know about that. That's the thing. They didn't know that Ymir and Aaron were Titans, so it's just so random that all 5 of them were in the same class 1A or whatever of the cadets, you know? It's just so crazy. Anyway. We did have that moment of, you know, the reason why we're all going out there. And it was interesting, you know, Armin singled out Krista. It's like, you know, yeah, I know you won't listen, but you should stay behind. And she's like, fuck you. I'm going to go save Ymir, you know? So, yeah, like, don't even with that. It's like, come on, man, you blondes gotta stick together. You're like 2 of the only blonde people in this entire show. Like, you have to stick together. God, they're so blonde, you know? Because even, like, you know, Hannes and even Rhina and Commander Erwin, they're all blonde, but I don't know, like, their blonde is a bit more dull. Like, Armin and Historia, Krista, whatever she goes by now, it's like, the 2 of them, it's like, yeah, they are so blonde. It's ridiculous how blonde they are. You know, they are a bright blonde, but I like it. Anyway. So, yeah, and then I like, you know, Connie saying, it's like, we all have our reasons for going out there. Still working on mine, but I think I just want to know. I want to look Rhina and Bertolt in the eye and ask why, you know? Which I want to do that too. I want answers. Aaron never goes for answers, and it pisses me off so much. Aaron's always like, you traitors, I'm going to kill you, or you're done. And it's like, well, wait, just knock him out. I want to have answers, man. I have to have answers. Granted, this is season 2 we're talking about. Like, we're going to get answers in this season, but hopefully someday we start getting some answers from them. We'll have to see. But we have the entire army, basically, going off to the forest of giant trees to save Aaron and Ymir from Rhina and Bertolt. And, yeah, that's going to be pretty crazy, but I am ready for it. I think we're gearing up for a very interesting final battle, which I think we only have 4 episodes left this season, because I think there's only 12 in total. So yeah, we got 4 episodes left. I'm curious to see where we are going with this. Are we going to get a rematch? Are we going to get Buffered Sea Titan and Joe versus Fat Man and Little Boy. Talk about the match of the century, which I've said that for every Titan fight we've had, but still, I am ready for that. And we also have our question, who would win in a fight, Lean Gene or Little Boy? That is the question for this episode. I'd be very curious as to your answers. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm gonna put my money on Annie winning that fight. So yeah, I still haven't fully decided between Annie and Mikasa. I do slightly lean towards Annie just because she had more of the skill. You know, she had technique, whereas Mikasa didn't. But I don't know. I still want to see it though. Why can't they show that? Why can't they show Annie and Mikasa rolling around wrestling each other? Probably because my heart would explode. Or something of that effect. Well, we've made this awkward, so I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I'll see you guys next time when hopefully this is less awkward. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Attack on Titan reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.